Loogootee, Indiana, Loogootee Community Schools, we about an hour and a half south of Indianapolis, 50, 60 miles north of Evansville, kind of in the middle of nowhere, but in the middle of everything. Community of a little less than 3,000 people, about 2,800 people now. Crane Naval Base is a large employer for our community. Just a small knit, tight community, all working together to make the community as strong and as good as we can. Coach Jack Butcher put Loogootee on the map, you might say, with the basketball program. He coached here for 45 years. Currently still the state's all-time wins leader. He has 806 wins. You know, his name's on our water tower. I think when you think of Loogootee through the years, people have thought of Loogootee basketball and Coach Butcher.
It's kind of remarkable with our team this year. We've got, of course, we're a 1A school, so we've got kids participating in multiple sports. But we had 23 players on our boys tennis team this year. We had 4 sets of twins, which is kind of unheard of at any school. It's a pair of seniors, which happen to be my nephews, Max and Sheldon Christmas. A set of sophomores, Jordan and Jalen Wildman. 2 freshman sets of twins, Rory and Reese Tippery. And then we had Andrew Powell, and he has a twin sister who is a freshman this year, and she will be playing girls tennis in the spring.
What's cool about being a twin, we've always played sports together, so I've always had someone to compete with the same level rather than there being an age difference.
We decided to play tennis together when we were really young. Tennis runs in our family, so ever since we were little, we always played together. We played tennis together.
He's always by my side. If I need him, he's always there for me. Playing with my brother on tennis team is pretty cool because you get to have his back and he has your back, and you get to look forward to playing with him and knowing that he's with you no matter what.
What's cool about being a twin is always having somebody to talk to and having somebody to compete against.
Our dad is the girls tennis coach and our sisters always played tennis, so I guess we kind of just got into it from them.
I think we switched our coats one day during the winter.
Our mom really couldn't. We switched our coats and our shoes and she couldn't tell us apart for a little bit. Then she figured it out.
It's cool being a twin because you always have someone to compete with, and because we're both really competitive. So that's always fun.
Now, the Loogootee tennis program, boys and girls, was established in 1978. We had some success in those early years, but it really wasn't until Coach Graves came on the scene. He took the girls program over in 1987. He coached the team for 12 years, captured 7 sectional championships during that time. He also took the boys program over in 1988, where he coached from 88 to 2007, and in a 20-year period won 16 sectionals. At one point won 11 straight from, I believe, 1999 to 2010, I believe. And he has won 25 sectional titles combined with boys and girls. That's kind of all packed into 38 seasons into 26 years of coaching. And he's worked tirelessly at the program. He took about a 4-year hiatus away, came back in 2012, immediately kind of resurrected the program again, won a state championship with some of the same guys that were on our basketball team. The year we won the championship. Connor Whitman was our #1 singles player that year. I believe Will Nante played, maybe a couple others. And then we just recently won the sectional championship this year, advanced to the regional championship where we lost to tough match to Jasper. We've never gotten over that regional hump because, you know, you go up against a school that's, you know, got 1,500 students, 4A school, and it's a tall mountain to climb, but, you know, we keep working, we keep grinding away, but we're really proud of our kids and the tradition that we've developed, and that's all thanks to Coach Graves.
Coach Graves has been at Loogootee for basically the whole duration of the tennis program has been here as well. And so he's coached our parents, the other players on the team's parents. So we've been able to have a special bond growing up, knowing about him, hearing stories about him coaching our parents in high school, and then being able to relive some of our own moments with Coach Graves during our time.
Well, you know, when Loogootee consolidated back in the late 60s, when the public school and the Catholic school both burned, and we came together and formed the community school, and basketball kind of brought the community together. Coach Butcher led Loogootee to the state finals back in 1970 and 1975, and it kind of started our athletic success, if you will. The other programs wanted to follow that, wanted to be successful also. The community got behind the basketball program 100%. You know, our gym seats more than our town, and it was still full on most game nights, you know, back in those days. I think for 1A school, we have something like 113 sectional championships. I think we're tops in the state. You know, we're known also across the state for our outstanding academics that we have here. We have kids that can leave here with many hours of college credit now. We've produced very successful former students here. They've led symphonies throughout the United States. We've had professional baseball players. We've had doctors. We've had lawyers. So. And you can't do that unless, you know, your community's behind it, and the support of our athletics and our academics is amazing.
Living in a small town like Loogootee is, you know, I love it. That's why I moved my family back here. We wanted our children to go to a small school, and I like the pace. You know, living in a bigger city, anytime you had to go anywhere, it was 30, 40 minutes, and my parents, as I grew up, we had a lot of family time together, and I just felt like we were missing out on a lot of that just due to the hustle and bustle of a big city. So I just think we kind of run a gamut and give a lot of opportunities to all kids. You know, all kids can learn here and succeed here, and I think that's what's special about this town.
And what's cool about being in a small town like Loogootee is that you, like, during sports events and stuff, the whole town comes together and supports you, so I think that's cool.
I think what's cool about the support of the Loogootee community is that no matter how many people show up to your regular season matches, there's always tons and tons of people who come out for tournament time, sectional and regional.
In Loogootee, it's such a small town, so you really get to know everybody around you. You get to build really strong relationships with your teammates and classmates that you wouldn't have, say, if you went to a larger school with 1,000 or more students in it.
I think that, you know, being an 81 graduate here and then decide to get into coaching and education a few years later after graduation, I knew this is where I wanted to come back to. I wanted to give back to my community. I wanted to give back to the athletic program and give back to kids in the classroom. And it's a community that I'm very proud to call home. Born here, raised here, and probably my final days will be in Loogootee. It's just a fantastic place to be. It's a fantastic school system, just a fantastic community. You know, small town USA, I think it's hard to beat.